Hey guys, it's Chris the Batman Statue Collector, and welcome back once again to Brotherhood of the Bat Collectibles. And we've got a very special treat, definitely a character you don't normally see here in the Bat Cave. Of course, this is Wonder Woman. This is inspired by the incredible art of Stanley Art Germ Lau. And this, of course, is a 1/3 scale piece from Prime One Studio, Wonder Woman Rebirth. Again, 1/3 scale, and this is a very special piece. I do want to give a shout out to collector Joe Latour, and of course he is phenomenal, and he has sent me this incredible piece to review. He sent it to me before he even got his, so it was really cool of him to do that. He wanted to share this piece with the community, and so that's exactly what we are going to do. He loves the channel, and he just wanted me to review this for you guys. So that's what I'm going to do, and then I'm going to send it on to him for him to enjoy for his collection. But again, it's really cool to have a piece in the collection that normally is not in my collection. So it's really cool. So we'll start with the base like we always do. You have this great base here. You got the silver elements. You also see the the weathering, the dents, the nooks and crannies. It's like hand pounded. Really, it looks really great. You have all of that detail there as well that goes all the way around. You also have the gold elements as well with a little bit of weathering, as you can see. And then of course you also have that Wonder Woman logo that does key in. And so you could remove it, but you would have a just a round hole or a square hole probably. Let me see if I can remember. Yeah, so that doesn't look great. But if you want to have the Wonder Woman logo, that's what it looks like. So again, as we spin it, that's what it looks like all the way around. I do apologize for the shadows in here. You do also have a great cloud effect. I was really blown away. This is really the first piece in my collection that I've had one of these cloud pieces. Sometimes I don't always feel like they look great on camera or in photos, but in person, I'm really impressed. It's kind of a little bit of a tan. Somebody asked on the live unboxing, and again, thanks everybody that tuned in for that. They said, compare it to the smoke on the Fabok Batman back there, and you can really see the color difference. This is kind of more of a blue, gray, whitish color, whereas this is definitely more tan. But it does have some gray in by her foot as well. But you can really see the detail on the texturing here. It's really well done. You have the rocks exploding off of this. You have the rock back here, rock there, rock here, and so it does really give it some nice movement. And then I love the way that the smoke or the cloud is swooped. It's like she is landing or flying off either way, and it's causing all of this to explode outward. So it's really cool the way they did the movement of the piece. Again, I just really like the texturing, and again, the paint colors are really nice. It's a little bit darker as you go up. It's a little darker on camera than it is in real life. But again, just some of that cloud detail, that smoke detail. I'm not exactly sure which it's supposed to be. But either way, I just feel like they did a really nice job of capturing that movement of it. Definitely really well done. So again, you have the gold elements all the way around and the silver elements, which looks great. And then of course she does have one key. She keys in just in the foot. It's got a long peg, and then of course there's a little bit of an indentation there. You can see where the heel, so it was well designed, I think. I love the texture and the color in the boot. Hopefully you guys can see that on camera. It looks again better to the naked eye. But it's really well done. The heel itself is a little different color, so I like that. But just the colors on this piece really pop. It's really beautiful. You can see that it's got the silver elements all the way up into her knee, and so that full boot, that thigh-high boot, really well done. And again, the colors, you can just really see here on camera how they pop. It's really nicely done. Obviously, this one is kicked back. As you can see, as I lift the cape, of course the cape is posable and movable, so that is nice. But you can just really see it's fully sculpted, but it's really well done. It just has such a nice texturing to it. Speaking of texture, man, the skin. I'm gonna try to get in as close as I can to the skin. Look at that, guys. It is absolutely lifelike. It is just so beautifully done. That translucent resin that Prime One does is just absolutely fantastic. Very impressed. Of course, that does show off her leg really nicely, as you can see. She does have the shorts on underneath. Somebody was complaining that it wasn't the full pants, but this is the the underwear look, as it were, with the skirt. This does come in 4 pieces that does key in. So you can see here it just keys in along the front. So you could remove them, but there is key holes quite noticeably there. Again, it's got a really nice flow to it as it kind of folds down into her thigh. But again, that blue really pops. It's that comic book color blue. Again, it's a little bit more noticeable on camera than it is in real life. So I wouldn't worry about that. I know some people are worried about the blues. I wouldn't worry at all. This is really cool. So this is actually sculpted. It's real rope. It's real rope that keys in up here on the belt. But it is fully sculpted this way, so it's like glued or something, but it's posed. So you can't pose this. So again, it gives it a really nice, kind of an animation look, a flow to it, if you will. I like it. I like it a lot. And again, I feel like it really reflects the artwork, which is very cool. Okay, let's go over here to the arm and the hand. So look at the beautiful nail polish. I noticed it when I did the live unboxing, like just how pretty that is. A beautiful pink color on the hand, again, translucent resin, really nicely painted. And then of course you also have the sword here. Now this sword is metal, is very, very well done. Let me make sure it's in focus for you guys here. There you go. But again, it's got that Wonder Woman logo on it, very, very cool. And again, it is metal, so it's got some weight to it. It does key in there on the arm. You have that silver element, and then of course you have the gold element as well, which is really, really great detail. Again, you can see the texture on the skin going up into the armpit and the pec area. Just looks absolutely fantastic. And then you have the bust as well. You have the W in the gold, and then just this super beautiful shiny. It's just really, really well done in person. Love the way that looks. All right, I am seated from this view here. Just give you kind of that look. I'm going to stand up here so I can get a little bit closer detail here on some of these areas. But again, you can see that there's some weathering there, which looks great. Again, the skin tone looks really nice as well. You also, of course, have the shield. There are no swap outs for this one, so what you see here is what you're going to be getting. Again, you have the great nail polish there, that kind of that hammered metal look on the inside. And then as we spin her around, you can see the detail of the sword, the shield. It's got some holes in it, some scratches. It's really good. It's kind of a muted color. It's not real shiny at all. It's very muted, but it makes it look more like a kind of a metal effect. That great level of detail there. It's very, very good. So while we have her back here, on her back side here, you can see her cape. Now her cape is fabric. I know some of you don't love fabric capes. Just some of the detail here as we get closer. This material is, it's nice. I don't know if it's, I don't know what this is actually made of, but it looks nice. It's got that gold trim all the way through. And of course there is that wire inside, so you can completely pose it however you want, which is nice. That does just fit in over her hair. And speaking of her hair, let's look at it. So some of you were really worried about it being too blue. I think some of the promo photos, I wasn't all that impressed. You can see here on camera, blue. You can see the tips, okay? In person, you can just very little see it. Like, it is very, very subtle. It pops way more on camera here. So if you're worried about it being too blue, don't be worried. In person, it looks really great. But again, on camera, that looks really blue on camera, but it's not that blue to the naked eye, okay? It's more of a dark blue black. But it does add a little bit of that comic book feel, which is what we're going for here, okay? Again, you also have the elements and the details here on the cape. This is supposed to go over her shoulder. Again, this is all one piece, if you saw the unboxing. And then, of course, we also have that beautiful face sculpt as well. I'll get in some close-up for you guys for the eyes. I think it looks very good. Again, it has that art germ effect. You also notice this piece here, there are some lines as we get really close. It gets painted hair, and that looks good. And again, you don't really barely see it. Like when you're back here, you don't see it at all. But if you know, if you have a giant camera right in front of her face, you're gonna get that little bit of detail. This piece right here keys in, so her hair keys in. And then this front piece has the flesh color attached to it. There is a little bit more blue on this front piece. Okay, so there is a little bit more blue. You do see the blue a little bit more on the front, but again, it's very subtle. It's very, I don't know, it's hard to see with the naked eye, okay? So again, don't worry about the blue. My only nitpick is that her eyebrows are a little bit light. They're almost kind of a grayish color. I would have maybe liked to have seen that a little darker. It does, depending on how the light captures, it does, you know, match the hair pretty well. I think that's what they were going for. I think they were going for a dark with a little bit of blue in it. So it does gray it out just a bit. But I mean, look at that. She is lovely. Absolutely lovely. Again, I think this is probably how most people will have her displayed, kind of like this, which looks great. I think she looks great from all angles. Again, she has a really nice pop of color on it. Let me zoom out a little bit with my wide angle here, just so you guys can see the full effect of this statue. She looks really great. Let me give you kind of a 360 spin, so you can kind of see her from all angles here. Absolutely fantastic. And then back to the front. Again, there are no swap outs with this one, so what you see here is what you're going to be getting. Just to give you some information real quick, this is just slightly over $1,000 right now. It is on sale at Sideshow. If you're interested, I will put the link down below. It does ship today. So again, if you use that link, it does help support us here on the channel. So thank you to everybody that always uses those links. Some measurements here. We have about 29 inches tall. That's going to be at the top of her head. That's the highest point. About 19 inches wide. Again, it would depend on, you know, how far out you have the cape. So, you know, you could extend the cape out really, really far if you wanted to. That, of course, would extend the width just a bit. Depth-wise, you're looking at about 18.5 inches deep for this one. Again, you know, you're looking at the front of her shield. That is the very front point, and that would, of course, go kind of at a diagonal to the back of the smoke or the cloud, however you're viewing that. So, anyway, she weighs about 37 pounds, and again, she is shipping right now at Sideshow Collectibles. I think it looks great. I'm very impressed. I love the pop of color. I'm kind of jealous because I would love to have a Wonder Woman like this in my collection, but at the end of the day, I've got to stay focused, especially at these prices these days. But anyway, I think she's fantastic. I am so happy for Joe. And again, I want to thank Joe so very much for doing this and allowing this review to happen today. I think that's so incredibly awesome of him to do that. And Joe, again, I cannot thank you enough. Let me, oops, sorry, zoomed in the wrong way. There you go, guys. Again, I think she's really lovely, and please thank Joe by hitting the like button. That's very, very cool. So I've had some other people reach out to me and say, hey, Chris, can I send you, like somebody said, can I send you the Joker Dragon? I would love to review it for you guys if you trust me with your statues, but please do not ever feel like you need to do something like that. Again, that's above and beyond. But it's cool to be able to review pieces like this in the collection that I would never, ever do otherwise. I would never have this otherwise. So it's just awesome. And again, I cannot thank Joe enough for trusting me with his statue, and hopefully it'll get to him here in the next week. So I will box her up today and get her sent off to Joe so he can appreciate it in his collection. But I do want to know in the comments down below, what do you guys think? Is this one that you're considering? Again, if you're a fan of the Art Germ series, basically, of course, this would go very, very well with the Mira piece, obviously the Supergirl piece as well, that Black Canary, the Power Girl. Just like there's so many incredible pieces that this would just look great together, all 1/3 scale, all inspired by the comic art. And again, it's just very, very well done. So again, let me know if you're collecting this line. Let me know if you're thinking about picking up this piece. And again, if you are interested, please use the link down below, and that'll get you it shipped right now from Sideshow Collectibles. So anyway, thank you again so very much, guys. I think it's an awesome, awesome piece. I can't recommend it enough. And of course, Wonder Woman and I will, of course, be seeing you in the Batcave. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the Batcave.